Welcome to part two of my hands. Hello. Again, we have a division. We're just going to keep this. It's all kind of the same skill in that we're factoring and we're seeing what can cancel out. But for division, we're going to have to flip and change the sign to multiplication. You always flip the second one, just FYI, in case you get confused. All right, so this isn't going to factor. That can factor nicely. Let's go 7x over 2 times x minus 5. Hopefully that helps us. If it doesn't, no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and turn this into one giant fraction. I'm going to take care of the easy things first. So like this is another one that's going to be not too bad to factor. Just the greatest common factor out. And here, two numbers that multiply to positive 30 and add to negative 11. Well, that would be x minus 6 and x minus 5. And as I mentioned before, the order doesn't really matter here. It's okay if they're not directly stacked, as long as it's a big string of multiplication. Now these x's will also cancel out. And what we're left with is just a number of 7 over 2. Little quotient there for us. Holy moly, what do we got going on here? I'm a little scared. This is called a complex fraction. Don't forget that fractions are just division lines. This problem could be rewritten so that it's much nicer by saying x squared plus 4x plus 3. And this big line is meant to be a little darker than the rest to signify the order there. Now, we're saying this guy divided by that. So if you remember our keep, flip, switch, I'm going to turn this to multiplication and swip, that's not a word. I'm going to flip it upside down like so. And I'm going to factor. All right, so I'm going to draw an arrow here because, yeah, it is equal, but we're going to start changing some stuff. So factor this. There's a common factor of 2x here. So that's going to be 2x, x minus 4. Go downwards next. This one is going to factor to x plus 1, x plus 3. If you're having trouble with this, I'll refer you to a video of simple factoring. But again, this is going to be an embedded skill. By that I mean something that you should be able to do at some degree of confidence in your head. So I'm not showing the diamond problem for each of these. But I am factoring each thing. And the skill we're trying to learn is like, all right, once it's all factored, as long as it's multiplication, I can start dividing out common factors. And that leaves us with a final answer. Now I'll comment, I left all my final answers factored. And you know what? In this case, what's nice about that is it makes it reveals if you forgot to factor something. So I'm going to go ahead and go bloop bloop. And we'll write a little bit more of a final answer. Sorry about that. Double check depending on the system you are using. If you are using Derivative, if you're doing it by hand or big ideas, it might want it in standard form, meaning multiply out everything. But the factored solution is great for definitely by hand, unless you have some other applications. So go back, try these. Again, you're going to have to factor here. Use your properties of exponents, mostly the product property and the quotient property. Multiplying similar, sort of switch together. Lots of factoring. Greatest common factor here. Maybe even a difference of cubes. Perhaps I'm seeing a cube in there. And actually, might be a difference of squares. We'll check that one. And a lot of factoring, basically. And then crossing out. Good luck.